Jake Hoyt sits in a death trap set by his own colleague Alonzo. With every ticking second, tension amplifies. Something drastic is about to happen, and through the silence, a single voice cuts through the air. This is the moment where everything shifts in the movie Training Day. The scene where rookie cop Jake Hoyt finds himself trapped in a small, suffocating space with three gangsters who hold his life in their hands. The tension is unbearable, the cinematography precise, and the symbolism layered. This isn't just a scene, it's a masterclass in suspense because the tension was surreal and every word said in the scene sends a message of pure life and death threat situation. It was indeed a moment worthy of praise and applause. But why does this sequence work so well? Let's break it down. Up until now, Jake Hoyt, Ethan Hawke, has been put through the ringer on his first day as a narcotics officer. Fresh-faced and eager to prove himself, he thought today would be about learning the ropes. Instead, he's been dragged into a world of corruption under the dangerously charismatic Detective Alonzo Harris, played by our beloved Denzel Washington. What started as a simple ride-along has turned into a brutal crash course in Alonzo's twisted version of justice. Jake has witnessed cold-blooded executions,
You gotta get it done yourself.
been forced to take drugs, and realized that Alonzo isn't just a bad cop, he's a predator who bends the law to his will. Throughout the day, Jake has struggled to hold on to his morals, but right now, that might not matter because his life is about to flash before his own eyes. Alonzo has set him up, abandoned in the home of a ruthless gangster named Smiley. With his enforcers, Moreno and Sniper, Jake is staring death in the face. One of the most effective cinematic choices in this scene is how it visually traps Jake Hoyt. From the moment he steps into Smiley's home, the framing makes it clear. He is not in control. Director Antoine Fuqua uses tight, claustrophobic shots to emphasize Jake's lack of escape. When he sits between Moreno and Sniper, the composition boxes him in, making the room feel smaller and more oppressive. Smiley, the ringleader of this terrifying moment, is shot in a way that makes him feel larger than life. The camera lingers on his face, making his every movement feel like a slow, deliberate threat. The angles are confrontational, forcing us to feel what Jake feels, trapped, outnumbered, and utterly alone. Then, boom, Jake throws everything away and tries to outrun three people. Now, unless you're physically faster or maybe have the speed of light in your pocket, it's basically impossible. The scene sets the stage for Jake's life to be taken away from him. The table flip comes as a little distraction to make a run for, and to add to that, he punches the leader right in the face. That normally would have made Sniper and Moreno pause for a little moment, giving him a chance to escape. But these guys are no ordinary newbies. They left the problem and faced the rat. Jake is trapped. The room feels even smaller now, the walls closing in like a vice. His escape attempt wasn't just desperate, it was doomed from the start. The moment he flips the table and makes a run for it, the shot lingers on the chaos, which causes a sudden rupture in the rhythm of the scene. For a split second, the world stutters. A brief pause before the inevitable result, which is the fact that it's impossible to outrun three guys in that setting without at least beating up two. The power struggle isn't just in words, it's in body language, subtle shifts in tone, and how Smiley plays with Jake like a cat toying with a wounded mouse. Lighting in this scene is a storytelling tool in itself. Smiley's house is dimly lit with a sickly yellow hue that gives everything a grimy, unwelcoming feel. This choice isn't just for aesthetics, it reinforces the sense of decay and corruption in this world. The low light makes shadows deeper, faces harder to read, and danger harder to predict. But the most effective lighting moment comes in the bathroom. Once Jake is dragged into the bathroom and thrown into the tub, the scene shifts into something that feels almost ritualistic. The shot from above and directly in front peaks the scene as an event that should happen fast and swift. Smiley's voice never reached a high pitch. It was low and subtle.
Where'd you get this
Even when he came over to the tub with a double barrel in his hands, turned on the water for a little noise, and told them to lock the door to reduce the effect of the gunshot. The smirk on Moreno and Sniper shows that what's about to go down is not unusual, and it's nothing they can't easily take care of like it never happened. Smiley, Moreno, and Sniper now dominate the frame. Jake is shot from above, emphasizing his helplessness as he's laying there helpless in the tub. The shower curtains act as visual bars, trapping him further. There's no escape. Just before the execution, the room goes quiet. Deadly quiet. Sniper and Moreno start urging the boss to pull the trigger, and that's when a glimmer of light shone from the feet of Jesus and the devil smirked metaphorically. We see Jake processing everything, realizing how deep Alonzo's betrayal runs. This moment is what makes the audience lean in and hold their breath. Every second was counting, and just as the trigger was about to be pulled, Moreno, casually rifling through Jake's belongings, pulls out a wallet that happens to belong to Smiley's cousin. Beyond the cinematography and sound, this scene works because of the performances and body language of the actors. Ethan Hawke sells Jake's desperation without overacting. His breathing is uneven, and his eyes dart around, searching for an escape that doesn't exist. He barely speaks, because exactly what can he say? His body carries fear. But the real star here is Cliff Curtis playing Smiley. His performance is a masterclass in menace through stillness. Smiley never rushes. He takes his time, speaks softly, and watches Jake like a cat watching a trapped mouse. At this moment, the intensity intensifies, and every word is portrayed as a lie or a reason for life. Smiley could have just concluded that his sister was jumped or ransacked by the cops, but the scene shows him as a man who doesn't want to make a reckless mistake. As he's pointing the gun down on Jake, and his subordinates are urging him to end this white boy, he calmly tells Jake to explain himself. That shows reason and maturity. The scene portrays Smiley as a man who's made so many mistakes and is not about to make another. Smiley does not ask like he's asking for a favor. He pushes the gun down Jake's face and doesn't flinch for a second. This time, Jake screams at the top of his lungs, showing pure desperation. He tells Smiley how he saved the girl from being raped. The moment's tension didn't break. The message didn't seem to cut across to Smiley. Jake had to repeat it about 2 times, and when he felt like he needed more moral backup to save his life, he yelled out that he too had a little girl.
Please, man, I got a little kid. Shut the fuck up!
The moment was filled with pure tension, and any wrong statement could have ended his life. This is the type of tension that carries you to the edge of your seat. Who knows what might happen? Even when Smiley decided to do a little investigation of his own, his voice didn't falter nor shake. He's a man of precision, and he means his words. The partially drawn shower curtain creates the effect of prison bars, further hammering in his helplessness. Every visual choice makes the audience feel suffocated alongside Jake. The cinematography isn't just showing danger, it's making us feel it. By the time the shotgun is aimed at Jake, the audience isn't just watching him panic, they are panicking with him. The scene works so well because it doesn't rely on dialogue alone. The framing and blocking tell the story before a single word is spoken. Why the call with his cousin works so well is because she was easy-spoken like nothing happened at first, but then, when Smiley asked about the cop incident, her tone and her voice changed. She had to sit up because at the moment she knew something was up. Smiley had to ease her into the conversation, and she told him the exact same thing that Jake said. And suddenly, Jake isn't a dead man anymore. What makes this moment work isn't just the reveal, it's how it ties into the film's larger themes. Training Day is all about power, morality, and the choices we make. Jake's choice to save a stranger earlier in the day now saves his life. The lesson? In a world as corrupt as this, acts of kindness still carry weight. Smiley's final words strip the moment of sentimentality.
You know this shit was just business, right?
This wasn't mercy. it was transactional. A cold, brutal reality check. This scene isn't just about suspense, it's about storytelling done right. The framing, the pacing, the way tension is stretched to its breaking point, it all comes together to create one of the most memorable moments in modern crime cinema. More than that, it marks Jake's transformation. He entered this house as a naive cop. He leaves it reborn, hardened, and finally ready to face Alonzo. But what makes this scene brilliant is that Jake doesn't survive through combat or clever strategy. He is saved by something he did earlier, his act of kindness towards Smiley's cousin. Jake's decision to stop a sexual assault, something Alonzo mocked him for, ends up sparing his life. Cinematically, this is a rare kind of win for a protagonist. He doesn't fight his way out, he doesn't overpower his enemies. He's forced to confront the brutal reality that survival in this world doesn't come from strength alone. It comes from the right connections, the right debts, and a little bit of luck. Training Day doesn't just show us corruption, it makes us feel it, suffocate in it, and just for a moment, hope that maybe, just maybe, justice can still exist in a world as dark as this. What do you think? Does this scene stand out as one of the best in Training Day? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love deep dives into intense cinematic moments like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we have more breakdowns coming soon. This has been Jack, bringing you another deep dive into cinema's most powerful scenes. Until next time, stay sharp and keep your eyes on the action.